What's going on, everybody? Give me a couple minutes. I'm just putting out the social media stuff and getting the room to populate before I actually start the stream. Of all the streams that I've done with Zelda, I think this is the literally most important of the streams that I've ever done, because we need to really, what's the word for this? We need to actually determine what is an actual timeline and what's an actual alternate reality. And a lot of these Zelda timeline theorists, they're not even using a timeline theory construct to determine what like if you ask them, okay, your timeline is based off of what theory construct, they can't tell you. Whereas mine is actually based off of the time stream. And I can cite sources of this theory and why it supports the Zelda timeline that I do, which is called The Legend of Zelda: The Order of Time. And we're going to get to that in the next 6 to 7 minutes. So just hang tight, guys. Enjoy the music. We'll get started shortly. Alright, guys, what's going on? So pretty much we're here. We're gonna get started on this. We got some people in the room. We got about 4 more minutes. I'd like to give about 10 minutes for everyone to get into the room to actually watch this as we get into our lore. Let me send this out to a couple of people because I know they want the actual stream. Oops, let me copy this. I put it on my Facebook. It's out on my Twitter. So if you guys can help me retweet this, will get more people that actually see this. And there's something I was thinking about. I was watching Rick and Morty the other day, and I'm like, yo, something just dawned on me about like a lot of these timeline theories that's out there. I'm not saying mine's isn't a timeline theory. Mine's is just as much as a timeline theory as the next person. But what I'm trying to say is that a lot of this stuff that we're calling timelines actually aren't timelines. What's going on, Jarion? Hey, Brand Smith, Big Monkey, Hero Shot, Shots, Wolfclaw. What's going on to all you guys that's in here and all the lurkers in the background that have not made a comment? I just put out a tweet. Hit up that tweet, man. I hope you guys can see that. Red Supernamic. I don't know if you can hear the stream, but it would be great if you could come into the YouTube, no, the Discord chat. I want to go over some stuff with you. Something I found out, because as you know, my wife, she got Breath of the Wild. Someone from the community bought her the game, and she's playing it. And we were going over the beginning of the game with her, and I noticed something clear, broad daylight, right in front of us that is kind of funny. A lot of the things that we're sitting here talking about, we predict or we think or assume or whatever. A lot of this stuff is kind of stupid. I don't know if it's our ego or whatever the case may be, but like a lot of these quote unquote predictions of what we think Hyrule is this and Hyrule is that, it's actually in the game. It's actually told to you right there and then. I don't know what makes us think otherwise, but it's literally right there. It's literally right there. So we have to go back to the beginning, and I'm going to play out the first beginning of this game and go through this lore and talk about the time stream and of ancient Hyrule and all this other stuff. And we'll get through all of it. Be about a 2-hour stream tops with a lot of gameplay, because I have to actually play the game for you guys to see a lot of this stuff take place. So we got about 1 more minute left, guys, and we will start. Let me see. Let me check the room. Sub Robin, what's up? We'll go through this shortly. All right, everything is pretty much posted. After this, obviously, guys, I'll be back on Empress Now's channel, where we will be doing some more social gameplay and all this other stuff. But we got to put our Zelda in, especially after what I found, especially regarding to what the king said. So all right, without further ado, the Celtics are playing. Oh wow, this is a close game. Oh well. Let me see something that's there. Now we don't need this. We don't need this channel open right now. Just want to make sure. Oh, that's what I. Oops! I need to do one quick thing, guys. I forgot about this. So mad now. I gotta add my tags. Over here, flapping my gums and not doing what I need to do. Let me add the tags. Once I update the tags, we'll get straight to it. This should be a very interesting stream. Peter, you know who you are. If you're watching the stream, me and you have been talking back and forth on YouTube. And let me see something here. What? I didn't save it. I had to have saved it. Alright, let me see something. 1 second, guys. I gotta get these tags properly. Okay, cool. So this is good enough. I'll use these. Let me update these tags right here. Oh, I had already put these tags in? I don't remember me putting these tags. No, this is delete all and then paste the new sets. Okay, here we go. Save. And we're just a little bit over the minute mark. So we are good to go. Yes, we are. Alright, grab my controller and let's get straight to this. Okay, let me turn this up on my end. Yes, guys, we're going back to the beginning. Sometimes you got to go back to the beginning because we overlooked some of the clues that were there. The Legend of Zelda. Breath of the Wild. I don't know why I said it like that, guys. My wife is over here shaking her head. So you guys may be wondering, why is Triforce playing this from the beginning? Because the entire timeline of Zelda is actually explained in Breath of the Wild. It's crazy. It's sitting there in our face the whole time, and it makes sense. Well, I already knew this game took place at the end, as we're gonna go over the king explaining you. He says he's the last king, and he says he's the last leader of Hyrule. Last king, last leader, same thing. And you're gonna actually go over and see certain things about this game, like no. I'm redoing this. I'm gonna delete it. Let me get that chat up. Whoa, Triforce, get that chat up. There you guys go. Here for the first time. What's going on, Mask Man? Bowser, what's up? Raven. Who's this? Ibrahim, what's going on? Red, man, you just started streaming and I'm about to hit the hay. I'll watch the stream tomorrow. All right, man. Asian123, how's it going? And Ibrahim, really, yeah. It's all in the beginning of the game. I want to show you guys because my wife, she's playing the game on her Switch for the first time. And when watching her play it again, I was like, wait, what? What he said? Huh? What? That happened? What? Hold on, time out. And I started, she's like, come on, get on, you have your own game. And I'm like, damn it. So, yeah, so she's, but there's a lot of things in the beginning of the game. It explains everything. It's crazy. So we're going to role play this whole thing out. Actually, we don't have the time for the role play because I got my wife's stream I got to do later on today. But King Rome Bossa, I forgot his last name. Yeah, King Boss, Rome Boss. Like, he explains the entire timeline for you in Zelda. Actually, he doesn't explain it, but he clues it to you. And then he goes over it as well. This is something that we definitely, I spoke with Red the Supernamic about it the other stream when we were talking about it. And this is Nintendo's hard reset on the Zelda timeline. It's the Legend Reborn. So it doesn't matter what timeline you agree with, whether it's the Hyrule Historia, everyone else's timeline, or my timeline, which is the Legend of Zelda, the Order of Time. It doesn't make a difference what timeline you accept to be right or wrong. This is at the very end of any of those timelines. And the king explains it all. Me and Red Supernamic, we went over it in a prior stream, so, you know, nothing new here. We're going through the motions. I want to show it to you guys in game. Okay. Yes, yes. Oh my God, do I have to keep doing this? Please don't do this. Okay, let's get these clothes on. Pants first, shirt later. Okay. Two treasure chests. And hey guys, if you guys are here for the first time, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that like button. Let's get this channel growing. I'm going to be doing Zelda content from now until after Age of Calamity. We're going to get this sorted out. So as I was saying, you know, because this has to go through this whole intro and ending and stuff like that. Well, intro segment. For a lot of you guys, I don't think if you guys even understand this. Did you guys know that, like, timelines have time theories that back them? There has to be a foundation behind them. A lot of these guys, they have no timeline structure that they're using. It's literally headcanon to what they think the time is, versus to, like, I'm using the time stream theory to back up my time theory, my timeline. But what time theory are these guys using? They never explain that. A lot of these guys never explain it. Yeah, Raven, this is actually going to be godlike. I can't believe all of this was just literally in the beginning of the game. All of this talking and Hyrule, Historia, and all of these other Zelda timeline content people and blah blah blah, all of that. Nada. It ain't even that serious, man. It was all explained in the beginning of the game. One second, guys. I want to make sure the king. I gotta make sure the king does what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to go and sit down there by the fire. Good. Sit. Excellent. Let me check something real quick. I want to make sure I got this entire sequence. Oh, you got to be kidding me. That was 30 seconds. You got horsey, good stuff. A lot of fiction have their own time rules. Yeah, but me, I'm not gonna use any fictional stuff I'm making up. I'm just going to. Oh, we got a branch. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, good. I don't like this music low like this. But as I showed you guys in my timeline video, the 15-minute one, that I use an actual time theory. I use a time theory to support my timeline, which is a time stream. Yo, I saw a rewatch a video on the order of time, and it made a lot of sense. But I'll admit, I'm lost as hell in the Mido part. No, the Mido part is head canon. That's not necessarily true. I'm saying it's plausible because who is that elf? Mido's referenced in a lot of Zelda games other than Ocarina of Time. So I'm thinking which is the only elf that would hate Link so much to do what he did, etc., etc. And Mido was the only one that came to mind. That's the only guy that makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna have to whack you guys. Oh, that's a series of unfortunate events. Ooh, ouch. Ah, no weapons. That guy was the only one with a weapon. You fucking bum. Come. No, I can't. There's no pick up stones. I gotta go find a weapon. Oh, yeah, I got him. Link, yes. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Zelda, now's not the time. Like, yes, that's the new objective, but oh my God, that guy he had the only weapon there, and this loser fell off the mountain and died. Like the true loser he is. Alright, let me just go to the Zelda's right. Let me just get to the Sheikah Slate and stop playing these games with these morons. Let me see something here. Let me ruffle down, ruffle. Oh. Nah, but the tree branch is not going to kill this guy. I'll come back and wash you guys. Alright, so the first thing here, we're going to come down to the King of Hyrule. King Rome, whatever his name is, blah, blah, blah. But there's something you guys got to notice. Something he says. And it's important that we find out what he says. Because he says it in the beginning of the game. So now, let me pause this part for you guys right now. Right? So remember how we were talking about earlier in my other streams when I was like, this is the ancient Hyrule from Ocarina of Time, and I was walking around the place showing all of the ancient structures and etc., etc. But that was just my theory based on the Temple of Time. So like, this is the ancient Hyrule, but like, I didn't need to say all that because the king tells you it's ancient Hyrule. He literally tells you it. Watch. Oh ho! Well met, stranger. It's rather unusual to see another soul in these parts. Who are you? Me? I'll spare you my life story. I'm just an old fool who has lived here, alone, for quite some time now. What brings a bright-eyed young man like you to a place like this? First of all, this is the greatest question Link ever asked. Where are we? Answering a question with a question. That's fair enough. As I can imagine, our meeting to be a simple coincidence, I shall tell you. This is the Great Plateau. According to the legend, this is the birthplace of the entire kingdom of Hyrule. I'm like, yo, the king just told us. This is Ocarina of Time. When I saw Sash playing the game and he said that, I said, wait, I don't remember him saying this. I was like, I don't remember him saying this. So I was like, this is crazy. I cannot, but let me take a picture of this. I'm going to make another video about this or whatever the case may be. So I could not believe. I was like, how did I miss this? That I had to go over and try to literally examine the whole place myself and archaeological, digital archaeological, excavating to prove that this is Ocarina of Time's ancient Hyrule, when the king just kind of tells you in the beginning of the game. It's like, according to the legend, this is the birthplace of the entire kingdom of Hyrule, which means the Hyrule castle that Ganon has taken over is not the original Hyrule castle. Eastern Abbey and the entire structure that we went over is the original Hyrule castle. This is the ancient Hyrule. That castle has been destroyed, and it makes sense for that castle to be destroyed. You know why? Where was Link and Zelda fighting in Wind Waker when the King of Hyrule asked the Triforce to destroy ancient Hyrule, which was Ocarina of Time? You were in Hyrule Castle. The reason why the entire castle has been leveled, the ocean fell down in on Hyrule Castle and leveled it to the floor. The only surviving places were the outer structures of the ancient Hyrule that was frozen in time in Wind Waker, places like the Temple of Time. So I was like, I thought this was common knowledge amongst fans. Raven, it is. Well, I'm not arguing whether or not this was common knowledge against fans. What I'm arguing, when the game, so let me put it in context. When the game came out and we saw the Temple of Time, the first thing I said to myself, is that the same Temple of Time? And we had a whole discussion about it. And we was like, yo, there's another Temple of Time in, what's the name of this thing here? Oh my goodness, again, Twilight Princess or whatever. And then we was like, there could be a different Temple of Time. We had a whole conversation about it. And my argument was like, no. This has to be the Temple of Time. And that's like when I did the excavation. I'm like, look at the town square. It's all the same. And this was back in 2017. So we all agreed that, but we never had any in-game evidence to prove it. We had our theories, our clues, but not in the excavation that I did in-game. Yes, it's a part of the proof that proves it, but we had no one to confirm it. So we had evidence, but we had nothing to confirm what in-game states that this is the ancient Hyrule. But the king, literally, he's telling you right now, you're looking at the screen, according to the legend, this is the birthplace of the entire kingdom of Hyrule. Well, guess what? Before, the entire kingdom of Hyrule came from where? Now, a lot of people are like, no, that's not true, because Skyloft is not Hyrule. Skyloft is Skyloft. In Ocarina of Time, that is the birthplace of the entire kingdom of Hyrule. And here the king is confirming it. We all knew it was common knowledge amongst us, but there was no confirmation. Did Nintendo ever make a tweet a video or something like that. I don't have the Hyrule story. Well, actually, I do, but it's in storage. I've never read in the Hyrule story a book where it states in the book that that the Great Plateau is the original kingdom of Hyrule. If someone has a Hyrule story book and you guys can look it up and let me know, please let me know. Or the new master book that they put out in Japan, if they ever confirmed in the book. But the point I'm trying to make is before the book, right, and before the master book that just came out in Japan, in the game, the king actually already confirms it for you. So we never needed the books to confirm it. It was confirmed in game. And I told you guys before, my timelines are based off of evidence and confirmations in game. I don't use things outside of the game. Like I don't use a Hyrule story of books. I don't even use a new master edition book. I use the games. The games tell it. It's in the games. It's in the game. Just play the game and pay close attention, and you'll find it. And as you can see, we're paying close attention to something that's in the beginning of the game that we completely missed. It was sitting right there in the beginning of the game. I was like, the first thing I asked myself was like, Travis, how the hell did you miss this? So I was already mind screwed. But let's go on. There's far more to this. And there's some stuff about, in the last stream that I did about the mysterious 2 lives of King Rome, Baphomet. And we're going to go over some stuff like that. Which is why I'm playing out the beginning all over again. So he goes, and watch, he's going to stand up. He says, this is ancient Hyrule. And notice, what's the focal point of ancient Hyrule? The Temple of Time. That temple there, long ago, it was the site of many scarce ceremonies. That temple there, long ago, this is what me and Red the Supernamic was talking about when we were talking about Zelda, that the ancient Hyrule, this is the Age of Myth. That's what it's called, the Age of Myth. The Zelda timeline that we're in right now is so far into the future, which you're going to find out, because the king is going to explain. By the time I'm done with this segment of the stream, the king will explain it, that there's an Age of Myth. So you have Breath of the Wild. 100 years before Breath of the Wild, you have Age of Calamity, right? Then there was 10,000 years before the Age of Calamity was the end of the Age of Myth. And then before the end of the Age of Myth is the Age of Myth itself, which is the timeline lore that we're all arguing about, whether it may be Triforce's Order of Time, or some of these other Zelda timeline theorists, or the Hyrule Astoria. So this Zelda that we're playing, which I'm glad Nintendo did this, in a sense, it soft resets the entire Zelda timeline. It uses the timeline, anyone you want to pick. It doesn't have to be mine. It doesn't have to be Nintendo's. It could be any one of your favorite Zelda time theory. You could pick any one of them. They're like, after any of those guys' stuff, 10,000 years later, after even that, this starts. So it's a soft reset on the timeline. It's kind of funny because this is godlike on Nintendo's part. By calling it the Age of Myth, because it's the Age of Myth and Legend, no one really, they can say, let's say all of us fans are Hylenians, right? No one really knows exactly what happened back then. That's why it's called the Age of Myth and Legend. So it could be any one of those timelines. But we are in the age after that. So it makes all of the timeline canons and none of the timeline canons at the same time, which is slick by Nintendo, because they can get away now from being held to anything. They can't be held to anything because they simply say, well, that was in the Age of Myth. That's the answer to all of it. That was during the Age of Myth. Well, what was the timeline during the Age of Myth? That's why it's called the Age of Myth. We don't know. Genius. Super genius. I don't know if Nintendo did that on purpose or not, but either way, I will take that than any concrete timeline, even over my own. I would take that over any concrete timeline. So yes, 5,000 IQ, Bowsette. Even the book says it doesn't really matter. It has many contradictions anyway. Yeah, that's true, Raven. It does have many contradictions. But I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but many people will come across my timeline. Many people say I don't agree with the timeline, and the first thing I ask them, what is it you don't agree with? They can never tell you what. They just say they don't agree with it. But I'm like, okay, if you don't agree with it, there must be something in the timeline that you think that's wrong. Tell me. They never mention it. They never give me why they disagree with it. They just disagree with it. And a lot of people have said, Triforce, your timeline makes the most sense and have the least to infinitesimally no contradictions. And the reason why is because I'm using the time stream theory. That is not my theory. The time stream theory is a time theory construct made to try to make sense to time. We human beings do not understand what time is. We have an ideal, and we've created many time theory constructs so that we can try to put into structure what time is. You know, the Aztecs had their own version of time. The Chinese have their own version of time. Right now, modern world society has a different construct of time, but we really don't know what time is. We just have theories. Even in reality, there's no fact to time. These are all constructs so that we can understand when we are. That's it. None of it is fact. None of it. Just so that people can sit there and understand that. The theory makes me want to go back to the game. Kiji, that's the point of my timeline. The reason why I use the game is to make you go back and play the game and go back through the adventure yourself. And I've done this for the last 20-something years. Actually, more than that. It's almost 30 years. I've been doing this since Ocarina of Time. That's when I really decided to say, wait, there's a timeline to this. It was Ocarina of Time. So this is 1996. So 24 years, almost a quarter century. A quarter century I've been doing this, and I've only used the games. I don't use what Nintendo say. I just go by what their games say. If their games say it, I'm like, yo man, your game said it. So I don't know what you're going to tell me, but your game said it. Anyway, let's go on to further see what the king says, right? I don't agree with the Phantom of the Hourglass and Spirit Tracks being the same link as ST is 100 years after Phantom. Spirit Tracks is 100 years after Phantom of the Hourglass, and stated as such as in the game itself. Kesminar, whether or not these are the same links, remember, my timeline has nothing to do with the ancestry of Link. It's the order of the games. That's why I literally branded the title The Legend of Zelda, The Order of Time. There are many things that I may get wrong within the context of some of the games. Like I made a mistake. I had said that Link in A Link to the Past is the same Link in what's the name of this thing here? Link Between Worlds. And that was an accident. I just actually misspoke on that. But that has nothing to do with the order in which the games go in. We do know that A Link Between Worlds comes after A Link Between the Past. So the timeline is right. The details about what's going on in each of the games, we can argue about that later. But I'm talking about the order of time. See what I'm saying? So like a lot of that Link Between Worlds also is not the same Link. Yeah, I just addressed that. Phantom Hourglass can stop time, and this line can do somewhat with the Sheikah Slate. Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to what the old man's about to say. Let's get it. So he goes, ever since the decline of the kingdom 100 years ago, it has sat abandoned in a state of decay. Now, by the king saying this, that means the Temple of Time 100 years ago in the Age of Calamity was brand new. That means the Temple of Time survived. The Temple of Time wasn't ruined by the Great Flood. Just the castle of the old Kingdom of Hyrule. Because remember, the Temple of Time was outside of the force field. So when the ocean came down on the old Kingdom of Hyrule, it came down on a castle only and leveled the castle to the floor. Everything outside of the force field was preserved. That would be the only plausible thing. So that means the temple has decayed in 100 years. Not because, it's decayed because look, it's evident right there that those that after the Guardians attacked, they put the Guardians put some work on the temple, but they were defeated clearly. Those Guardians were defeated, which brings my point that somebody led a battle up here on the Great Plateau, and it's either Link or the King, one of the two. And I doubt it's Link, since Link was brought here by Robbie and Pura to be put into the resurrection chamber. So it only leads me to believe that the King was the one who was here, who put in this work to bop these fools. Or at least the spirit of the King leading the last forces of Hyrule. Because in our last stream, we had seen, we had proven that the weapons found here on the Hyrule Plateau were that of Knights of Hyrule. There are grave sites of warriors here on Hyrule, which I'm going to go and show you guys all of this. Is why I'm doing this all over again. So after the Temple of Time took a beating from the Guardians, and the Guardians were subdued, it decayed and has been abandoned for 100 years. So the King goes on to say, yet another forgotten entity, a mere ghost of its former self. I shall be here for some time. Please let me know if I may be of service. Guys, let me tell you guys something. You know what you're going to do? Get married. Find a nice wife who's cute and just marry her. My wife is so cute. Move. The live stream is some mental exercise. Sorry, my brain thinks so effing. My fingers can't keep up. Oh, 900 Keyblade. What did he say? Oh, crap. Let me read some of the comments. I'm sorry, guys. So it says, Triforce is a dude who will make you buy all of the Zelda games. Yeah, actually. Yeah, kind of. Hold on. Let me pause this. I don't want time to go. I don't want time to actually go by. One moment. See, honey, look. Watch this. Remember when you played, that never came up on your map. I don't know why. Maybe. Time seems vague, huh? Hey everyone, 900 Keyblade, what's going on, man? Yeah, it's true. The game can have 100 years apart and have different incarnations of Link, but still be sequels. This has opened my mind. Yes, my understanding is the Link from Phantom Hourglass and the one from Spirit Tracks isn't the same Link, just another Link reborn. And that's fine if it's another Link reborn. It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't change anything. It really doesn't change anything. Sorry, my brain said, okay, the live stream, it's crazy. Not until I'm 30 plus. Hey, what's going on, Quake SRK? I have not seen you in geons. Not eons, geons. Sorry for the noise in the background. Let's get this, guys. Oh, man. Yes. What are you doing? I'm relaxing by the fireside, of course. Although I need to cook myself another baked apple at some point. Simple foods such as apples are fine to eat raw, but roasting them on a fire makes them tastier and more nutritious. Now, let's go over King Rome Baphomet's ability to be an interactive spirit in the living realm. Right? Watch what the king does. I don't know if you guys saw it. He's stoking the fire. The king is stoking this fire, right? This fire did not appear here on its own. Another thing, look, there is a roasted apple here, right? And the king is stoking the fire. We all know King Baphomet of Hyrule is a ghost. But this ghost can physically interact in the world. We're looking at the physical evidence itself. He's roasting an apple. He's stoking fire. Look, I picked up the apple, and he's like, I beg your pardon? I do believe that is my baked apple. You can't just go about taking whatever you please. Oh, ho, ho. Forgive me. I could not resist pulling your leg. Please help yourself. An apple and an open flame make it for a succulent treat. So I took the king's apple. Okay. Who made this fire here? Let's take a look. Here's another set of fire. Here's a tree, right? Woodcutter axe. Someone cut this tree down and made a fireplace, and that king clearly made the fireplace. Now you must be saying, no, Triforce, somebody else do it. Let me ask you guys a question, right? Look at this, right? If the king is a ghost, if it rains on Hyrule and he's a ghost, why would he care about the rain? Why take shelter? Why take shelter if you're a ghost? This particular ghost, he interacts. So, the point I'm trying to make here is that the King of Hyrule was here 100 years ago battling. Hyrule, the Great Plateau, is the final battle of Age of Calamity. No, there's no doubt about it. And the king was involved in the battle. Whether he led the battle by instructing the final lights of Hyrule to fight back, or he himself was fighting. Somehow, in any effect, the king was a part of this battle. That's for sure. Is this exclusive to the king, or other spirits can do the same? I don't know. Okay, he's not a ghost. He's a poltergeist. And actually, Mokatz, you're right. He is a poltergeist, because poltergeists, what they do when their spirits cannot rest, they haunt an area. The king is going to tell you later on in the game, his spirit, he says, I could not rest, so I took this form until you would come. It is only after he tells Link, after everything, the king's spirit finally rests. And this is going to be proven when I play this up, this entire out. He's a character for sure in Hyrule Warriors. Yes, but a Quake, that's okay. That could be a character that you play before the kingdom falls. I want to know if this is the king. You play the king at the end, after the kingdom falls, after Link is defeated. After the fall of Akala Citadel, after the defense of Fort Hateno. I want to know if the king is after all of that. The weather doesn't bother ghosts. Yes, it doesn't, but he takes shelter under a roof, right? So the king is definitely special in this case. Exactly. He's definitely special. If other spirits could, I think Urbosa, Mifa, Revali, and would have done something to help their people. No, they couldn't, because they were stuck. Those guys were stuck. But who did the king fight? The Guardians. The Guardians that came up on the plateau. Or if Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity want to, they can make a new enemy for Ganon that was a part of his army, and he's some new guy that you just fight. They could create anything. Let me see something here. The Phantom Hourglass spirit tracks may be the myths, since those games appear like a painting or a glyph in a way. Yes, Kiji, and they also appear in the Divergence timeline, and that's why it comes off as myth. The Divergence timeline is the myth of Hyrule. The Prime timeline is the legend of Hyrule. And when myth becomes legend, time becomes obscured. It's kind of funny. If you play A Link to the Path, in the intro of Link to the Path, it literally says that. Legend becomes myth, and time erodes. So Nintendo knows what they're doing. Let me see something here. Just want to keep up on all the comments. All right, cool. Could it be that the king is stuck in a loop? No. The king states himself that he purposely leaves himself here. So let's get it. Let's play the rest of this. Let's play out this game, right? And I'll take you guys questions. Honey, can you read the questions as I'm playing out the game? So I can answer while playing.
Can you hear me?
No, just read out the questions to me. I will backlog your questions and get it to the other people. But
Maybe you read everything else?
yeah, I read everything so far. So when the new questions come up, guys, Empress now will read it. So let's take this dive. Korok seed. Sorry, stop being puffy. All right. Rest. Look at this. there is a sword. Let's take a look at this scenario right here, right? There's a sword planted in this actual rock. You know, at some point I thought this was the King of Hyrule's grave because this sword is here. This is a sword grave. This is for sure. This is actually a sword grave. So either this was the last knight of Hyrule who defended this place with the king, or this is the king's actual grave. His actual grave. Although it says in Hyrule Historia that on Mount Helia, which is over here, when I get this map out, that's the king's grave because you find him up there when you go to the last thing. Wait, what? Yes, we are in here. Thanks, Noah.
Is this is your first playthrough, correct?
No. I've done this already. Yeah, Wakanda Forever, Noah. I already played this on part already. I'm just going over the beginning of the game, because the beginning of the game tells you that this is Ocarina of Time Hyrule on the Great Plateau that you're in. Yes. So you pull out the sword, rusty broadsword. This once fearsome sword has been seen better days. It can do some damage in the right hands, but also break quickly, right? Now you can't pick up this rock. Now I always wonder what is here in this area, like. But we'll do that. There's also a rock area over there I want to break. I want to see what that is later on. Master Sword, right? What's going on, Nox? Another day, another year. You have to consider shifting landscapes because the time, like shifting plates, earthquakes and stuff. Oh, definitely. And first of all, there's a lot of shifting, there's a lot of shifting to a lot of things in this game. Like let's keep it real. Hyrule changes so many times in this game. Like if you even look at what's the name of this game here? The new version of Breath of the Wild 2, the castle of Hyrule is lifted into the air. Oh man. Damn it. Alright, I gotta go get a weapon. I don't want to use my weapons on these guys. Alright, I gotta go get a weapon as quickly as possible. Where's... Oh, I got the woodcutter axe. What am I talking about? Alright. And there's another one in the king's... Alright. Roast chicken. Alright. Yo, come here. Let me talk to you. You don't need that weapon, my friend. Thank you. Yo, I slumped him, B. Read these questions. Cause
it's going up that fast?
Yeah. No. Just start where SRK says. Wait, hold on. Master Sword. You have to consider the landscape. Okay, start from Ant.
How is it going, Triforce? This is crazy. The information, the detail in this game is ridiculous.
Yes, someone calls it the environmental lore. The environmental lore and storytelling of this game is the greatest in video game history. And I'm not saying that because I'm just trying to stroke Nintendo's ego, but like it is. I've already explained to you guys, this is the room where you first meet Zelda in Ocarina of Time, and this is the window you look to see Ganon. We already went over this. Read the others. Who? Kronos, what's up? Just call them short. If you can't pronounce their names, shorten the names.
So, we don't know that Breath of the Wild to explore with you, my guy.
Okay. What?
Says, Triforce, what happened to the walls in the Temple of Time?
The walls in the Temple of Time? The
vault.
The vault in the Temple of Time? It got sealed. Clearly. It got sealed. The Master Sword got moved. Remember, the Master Sword got moved to Hyrule. Got moved to the Lost Woods because Link went back in time. So if Link, when Link went back in time, I fell down. Remember when Link went back in time? He puts the sword there. The sword had to have been moved. So where you see the angel statue, that's where the vault used to be, and it would, if anything, would be underneath it. And in fact, I'm gonna go show you something about. Let's go answer that question right now. I'm gonna answer that question right now.
Do you have amiibo?
No, I don't have amiibos. I don't do the I have amiibos, but they're in the storage and they're in Ohio. I don't have any of them on me here in Jamaica, and I don't use amiibos. I just collect them just to have them, and I only collect the Zelda ones. And I haven't collected amiibos in the last 3 years, so I'm missing a ton of them. The Temple of Time.
Yo, Triforce, haven't been here since you linked up with TND. Here to say hi.
Thanks, man. It's good to see, have you back. If you guys are new or you come back after a long visit from the stream channel, if you have not subscribed, please drop a subscription, man. It helps the channel grow. Got to get this. I want to try to get the channel back to 40,000 by the time Age of Calamity comes out. So it would, get clumped, get slumped, stupid.
So what is the theory of time stream?
The theory of time stream will be answered at the end of the stream. I have to go over all of its lore first, so you guys can understand what the theory of the time stream is. So that when I go over it, you guys be like, oh, okay, I get it, because we went through all of the stuff. All I'm saying is, if you watch my video that I did with C&D, right? If you watch a video that I did with C&D, it explains some of it. Because I used the Legacy of Kain time stream theory from Mobius. The time stream is one line and one line only. It can be broken with a divergence, but it has to be reattached by a convergence. If not, a paradox will happen, and that timeline will get erased. That's proven in Hyrule Warriors. That's literally what the game is about, the time paradox. When all other versions of time is flowing into one timeline, it creates a paradox, and if you don't stop it, it will be destroyed. That's literally what the entire Hyrule Warriors definitive edition is about. Now remember, when you come into the Temple of Time, look at this. Look at this floor here, right? See this floor here? When you walk into the Temple of Time, this staircase right here, this area right here, is where you put the 3 time stones or whatever, and it opens the door, and this is where the door used to be, and it goes back here. Upgrade all the questions, honey.
No, I'm going to read it. You making me want to replay this. I tested it with Simu for 60 FPS and it looks great. Plus I never played the DLC and hard mode. That's some quick.
All right. I believe that the Temple of Time, where Link put his sword, was somewhere around here. And once they removed the Master Sword from here, they just closed, they sealed off, they either sealed it off or and built a new wall out to close it off, and it's been sunken in, or where the angel statue is the temple of where they put the sword. One of the two. Read the rest of the questions. There's a lot to catch up on.
They need to add rain boots in the sequel that would make it easier to climb in the rain.
Yes.
Real talk, I haven't even beat the game yet. I'm at the part. I took a long break after you got the blue flame to Pura's furnace. So Link can only time travel if the sword is inside the Temple of Time, or did he only go in the fate because he was too weak to hold the sword?
The Master Sword is the key to time. You cannot travel time without the Master Sword. The Master Sword is the key to time. This is my headcanon. Because of what Link and Zelda did when they created the divergence by using the Master Sword and traveling back and forth the time, I believe they just destroyed that part of the temple to stop anyone from using the Master Sword to travel back and forth in time. So either they place the statue, the goddess Hylia here. This is where this statue is where the sword would have been placed. And it looks like it because if you look on the ground here, look at this. It's a Triforce symbol right there on the ground. So this may literally be where the sword was originally placed, and they put the statue here. this was originally where the sword. It's either that or there was more to this, and the temple further out here, and it's behind us. But I believe that this is where the sword used to be, and they put this statue here to pray. The goddess statue smiles upon you. Yes, they put this here so no one can access the gate of time anymore.
Do you feel these Legend of Zelda historical themes are going to build the empire created by larger than before? It happens to my favorite content in your channel.
It will help. It will help the channel build the Empire Arcadia brand. Nah, it's not. It's just it's because it's through me. So it's yes and no. It will help. It will help make the channel grow because people love this. And then obviously when Age of Calamity comes out, everyone's gonna come to my stream because they're gonna want to see me play it and go through the lore in real time while they're playing the game. Like some people right now, they literally turned on the game just so that they can go through the lore. Here's another Triforce seal on the floor. So the king already explains that this is the original Temple of Time. For all we know, guys, look, you see this here? This is a gravesite plot. This could be the original king and the queen of Hyrule buried here in the Temple of Time. It could even be the original Zelda and Link buried there in the time. Nintendo could do so much with this if they really want to do so much. But anyway, let me go and do some other stuff that I gotta do here. Read the words.
Do you think Hyrule Warriors will not be considered canon by Nintendo since Age of Calamity is not canon?
To be honest with you, I don't care what Nintendo believes to be canon or not. Like I separate myself from Nintendo. I don't get me wrong. I consider what they have, but it's not something that I like. I don't too care much about it. Like it's not like I'm gonna go out of my way and be like, oh man, like this is that. I don't follow Nintendo's canon. I follow my canon because I have faith that my canon is actually more consistent. That's it. My canon is far more consistent.
Are you streaming Age of Calamity day one? I don't want to miss.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Day one. Are you kidding me? When I first got here, I also thought that this, see, look, behind the Ocarina of Time, you remember in Zelda, behind the Temple of Time, you could go to the King's Castle, but it depends on which side you take, left or right. But look at this, guys. This is a stairway. This is an entrance. This is an entrance to what? This looks like a castle gate. At a point in time, I used to wonder, like, yo, is this area, was this where the King's Castle was? But because it's inside, it's just it's absolutely destroyed. I'm like, yo, I don't think this was the castle. I don't think this is where yeah, I just don't think. And then look, it's nothing here. There's Mount Hylia there and the whole 9 yards. So I don't really believe that this is where the castle was. I believe Eastern Ebay was where the castle is.
Question: What if in the sequel they explore alternate timelines and Link wakes up in a different part of different games, which are his games and version of memories?
Then I told Anuma to do that. That he should create a Link Prime who goes back and he finds Link Prime. And when I mean by Link Prime, I mean Skyward Sword Link. And he finds all of his ancient ancestors. And it would be godlike if Nintendo did that game. Like, send Link Prime back in time to meet all of his ancestral versions of Link and make sure that they all follow through. But that would be like a time convergence game. But when you really think of it, they kind of already did that in Hyrule Warriors. Because the Link in Hyrule Warriors is Ocarina of Time Link regrown. The second game is going to be crazy. All right. Let's go over here to the king. There's a lot of things I got to do over here, guys. We're gonna do all the things. Is the same Hyrule Warriors? No, Hyrule is the same Hyrule from Wind Waker. that was covered by water. Yes. That you have to remember, because of the Great Flood, because of that Great Flood, it's the same Hyrule. The Hyrule in Ocarina of Time and the Hyrule in Wind Waker are the same Hyrules. You're just in the Hyrule of Ocarina of Time Hyrule. When you're playing Wind Waker, the Ocarina of Time Hyrule that you're in at the Palace of the Gods, when you go downstairs and you see the all of Hyrule in a big ass force field, that's the same Hyrule. It's not different. It's the same one. I need this. And I need that. It's his headcanon. No, it's not my headcanon. What are you talking about?
Do you think you're doing? You are doing. What do you think the game before Skyward Sword will be like when they eventually make another beginning of the timeline?
I don't think they're going to do that. I think that's why they made this game. I think they made this game solely for the fact because they don't want to go back in time anymore. They're like, listen, restart the whole legend from scratch. One second, guys.
Do you think Link is like a hobbit?
It's like a hobbit? No, not really. I couldn't say. I wouldn't be able to say. Alright, I got some stuff I can do. I can deal with these bums. How many of them? 3? Alright.
Haven't heard you mention Majora's Mask much.
Majora's Mask happens in an Majora's Mask. Hyrule goes on without Link. Link is in Termia while Hyrule is continuing to go on. So is every Link in every game a descendant? Not every, but most of them. That's a whole different argument. That's what a gentleman in here earlier was he wasn't arguing. That's what he was talking about. He was like saying that like they're not all the same. Look at this. Look at this moron. Good night, Kisan.
Do we know what happens in Hyrule while Link is in Termia?
No. Oh, crap. Yeah, I'm not feeling that way. Oh, I'll eat this big apple while I'm on the floor.
Wait a minute. So Hyrule Warriors is the same Link in OOT? That confused me crazy.
See, I can explain that to you guys if anyone has any. So you have to remember, when Link is sent back to his time in Ocarina of Time, he becomes a kid again, right? And if Link becomes a kid again, he has to grow up again. But when Link goes into what's the name of this game? He goes into Termia. He goes back to the Lost Woods as a kid, and he goes back to Termia. So when Link comes back out of Termia in Ocarina of Time in Majora's Mask, he's in the age of Ocarina of Time. No one answered this question. All right, so if that's what Link did, then what was the game where Link grew up? We never saw Link grow up, and the game that Link grew up would be Hyrule Warriors, and then after Hyrule Warriors, Link does everything to save time. He's the hero of time. Come on. That's why they said that the young Link in Hyrule Warriors has no story. He's just a playable character as like a DLC. Every other character has a back storyline except for this one. But it doesn't make a difference because the Link that's older in Hyrule Warriors. Okay, I should make a food. No, let me see something. Now save all those ingredients. You can just, what is this? One moment. Oops, there we go. What's going on? Even if they gave that Link a story, it would still be the same Link that's in the future of him. But within the main campaign of the story, Link never bucks up into the Link from Ocarina of Time, and there's a reason why. Link never bucks up into any version because that would end the paradox.
Shataro said morning Triforce. I have class later so I can stay for as long as I can.
All right, man. Hold on. Let me let me take this honey. Yeah, this guy's getting destroyed. Yeah.
I'm Triforce. You're starting a new safe house?
No. All right, moron. Stupid. Well, oh, the bees dispersed.
Really? The whole time seeing, like back to the beginning.
I'm doing something to make a oh, this guy got, damn, he got torched. That's crazy. Why'd he die like that?
Will we ever see the happy mask salesman ever again?
Yes, because he goes through dimensions. I think he's beyond time. I think he's beyond time. Okay, so I did that. All right, so let's go back. We're going backwards, right?
How did the Zora people revert back to being good and did become evil?
Well, no, like the Sheikah people, there are two types. There are bad Zoras and there are good Zoras. That's like there are good Hylanians and there are bad Hylanians. The Zora people as a whole didn't become bad. Just some of them did. Are you playing Master Mode? Oh, I should have played Master Mode.
What are your thoughts of a potential Zelda movie since Mario because
nope. The day Nintendo makes a Zelda movie, they'll kill the lore. They need to leave the lore mysterious. Some things you leave alone. Don't bother. Like, people need to understand. Stop bothering things. One second, guys. I gotta go over here and do something dirty to these guys. I got a Tom Holland baby. What? No, Tom Holland baby. What's going on, Cornelius? Hey guys.
Yeah.
You new to?
I heard reports of Nintendo Netflix working to make a live action Zelda show. Hello?
Uh-oh. Yo.
Oh, did you hear what I said?
Nah. Well, if they do, Nintendo can do whatever they want. It's their stuff, man. It's their stuff. I'm not even gonna get into that. Like, but I wouldn't do that. It would be unwise if Nintendo did that. The lore maintains itself by leaving it alone. Don't try. This is the mistake Nintendo made. They made this mistake. Maybe it's on purpose because they want people to talk about it. But they made a big mistake by having an official. They need to do what they're doing right now, which is like leave it up to people to come up with their own canons. Start brand new, fresh with the Legend Reborn, which is in Breath of the Wild, and that's what's happening right now.
Triforce, no. Why didn't Wind Waker Timeline show up in Hyrule Warriors?
Because that's the future. Why would it? It's alternating. It's not gonna. It can't show up. Wind Waker's timeline can't show up because Ocarina of Time is there. Ocarina of Time is Wind Waker's past. Well, actually, no, because it got destroyed. So yeah, it can't run. That's what I'm trying to explain to you guys about the paradox. It can't run parallel. If it runs parallel, it creates a paradox.
So you're saying Hyrule Warrior Link in OOT Link? I'm mind blown right now. Okay. What made you fall in love with Zelda series?
The adventure. 19 hours left.
Russell Jones says so.
What's going on, Russell?
Where does the Forgotten Temple fall in the time stream?
When Skyloft fell.
Hello, Triforce. I was at your stream yesterday and I asked a question about when you think Breath of the Wild 2 will be shown again and when you think it will release, but I unfortunately went to sleep after and couldn't hear your reply. Them on the outer bed.
Yes, this guy can kill you. Broke that shit on his neck. Hey, all you new guys that's here, man. Please. Oh crap! Pick that up. All you new guys that's here, man. Please drop a like on the channel. Really appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. Okay.
How about low rule?
Low rule is an alternate reality. It literally says it in the game.
So how did you figure all this out? Just a ton of researching and manual reading as well as going into the games and exploring?
Yeah, you just play the game. If you just play the game, it literally links up on its own. This is not stuff. All of my explanations and lore that I have for Hyrule is just because this is why I love Zelda. It's a game you can explore. This is why. Remember when I used to say when people at Triforce, which version of Zelda is your best Zelda ever? And I said I never had one. I never had one until Breath of the Wild. And the reason why Breath of the Wild is my favorite Zelda, because you know what, you have to have a reason. It's because it is the Zelda you can explore with the most depth. And the environmental storytelling is unmatched in any video game I played in my 40 plus years.
Shotaro says bye.
Hey Shotaro, later. You got a sword.
Samuel says what's good everyone.
Okay. I did the king. I blew up those guys. I wiped out all of those guys over there. I got all the arrows. I took the cave. The only other place left is there, but I can't activate any of those until I activate that. But let me go over here and watch these fools. You want to support the channel? Yeah, guys. Please support the channel.
I agree. When you get into the big wall and see all the gardens there, you can literally imagine the wall. The king is so godlike. He talked to you and guided you through the Great Plateau in spirit form.
Yeah, no, the king, but it's not just that he did all of that in spirit form. There's more to it than that, man. The king is more than what we think. I'm letting you guys know that right now. The king is more than what we think. He played a bigger role than what we're thinking about. Like, we're thinking, nah, the king just did whatever. Nah, the king played a bigger role here. This battle, because this is ancient Hyrule, he proves that.
What lessons can people learn from playing Zelda?
How history is, puzzle solving, the adventure, all that stuff. You learn all of that.
Hello from Trinidad.
What's going on, Trini?
Will Age of Calamity be streamed exclusively here on the YouTube channel?
Of course. Now I'm only on this channel. I'm playing and doing Age of Calamity. Only on this channel. Best believe that. Best believe that.
Do you think he will ever see Linko again? Will she ever be in a traditional Zelda game?
They could make a spin-off game for her, separately, or they could add her in Hyrule Warriors. Nah, they can't, because this is too far in the future for them to add her. So.
Wait, the king had Ganon trapped below the castle, or how did he end up there?
Zelda? Oh no, that's before the Age of Calamity. Oh, oops. I feel like Link is African. Oh, my inventory's full. Okay.
You got me more interested in Zelda than I ever was before. I thought I was completely uninterested.
Yo! Moogie! What's up? Now that's someone I haven't heard from in a long time.
Mugiwara Lake donated $5. Hi Triforce, long time no see, how you been? If good, I'm glad you are still the realest on YouTube. Respect.
Thank you, man. I haven't seen you in eons as well. Cook these. Right, Bowser? I have not seen Moogie in eons.
What timeline is Linko from?
Linkle is Ocarina of Time. She's from the Ocarina of Time timeline.
Yeah.
And it's easy to put her there. I already explained why, because she uses a crossbow. When you play Hyrule Warriors, it explains that. I want to talk about the Linkle timeline when I play Hyrule Warriors, but I'm just going to give you guys a real quick overview. During the time that Link went into Ocarina, when Link became legend, and Link went into Majora's Mask, and they heard about this warrior and whatever the case may be, she appeared, and that's who everyone thought was Link. But she never had the Master Sword. She knew about Link and his ability with the crossbows. And that's why she took up the crossbow. That's where I say Link's crossbow training is in the Ocarina of Time game. You got me more interested. Yeah, you read that already.
Read everything already.
All right, so now we're done here. Now I know you guys is like, what is Triforce doing? The only part left in this game for me to show you guys is what the king says. But I have to do the statues. Now see, the Great Plateau, ancient Hyrule, clearly a king was buried here, and a queen was buried there. These are literally the Hylanian crests. And if I drop down there, I'm dead. But as you guys can see, this is a great wall. This is ancient Hyrule. This is no longer a theory. This was literally proven in game, as the king explained to us. All right, where's a sword? I know he put a sword over here. Oh, I can't even get the sword yet because I can't get any of that stuff yet because I gotta unleash this thing. So remember, sorry. No. I want you guys to ask questions. I don't want to just be playing the game and you guys are silent in the background. I want to answer the questions while playing the game. See, look at this. This is a tower. And look, here's a question. Remember what you guys were saying? Land shifting escapes and stuff like that? This tower is buried under rock. It's buried. So Hyrule clearly has shifted many, many times. And if this is ancient Hyrule, this tower was not even made back in Ocarina of Time. This is many, many moons after Ocarina of Time.
What other playable characters will there be in Age of Calamity besides Link, Zelda, and the champion?
New guys that they want to invent. They don't have to make it like Hyrule Warriors. Hey, we got to put all these DLC Lord characters or favorite characters in the past that we've never used before and amiibo them and whatever. They can keep it strictly to what's going on in this game, man. Remember, there's legends in this game explained, and these people are dead, right? For the bad guys, there's the Yiga Master himself. There's Impa, there's Pura, there's Robbie, the 4 champions, Zelda, the King of Hyrule. What's that guy's? No, Zodan was a kid at the time. They can invent so many different new guys if they want to, good and bad. She doesn't exist anymore. Okay, you should Piccolo, Triforce, you should get into the background of the origins of the monster species in the Zelda world. I feel their mad knowledge to be unearthed. Yes, we was talking about the monster, the monster who sells the mask in this game. I actually want to do a stream about him. I want Cass' mentor, Link's father, who was a knight. Yeah, all of those guys. It could be Link's father that could be fighting. Look at the tremor and the earthquake here on the Great Plateau. See? So the person I mentioned it earlier, there could be earthquakes and tremors. Look at that. Look at all that landmass decimated just by one shrine opening. Look at the area. So, and it's also happening throughout many other areas of Hyrule. So yes, Hyrule can be unearthed so many times. Well, the place can change over time, especially over 10,000 years. The landmass can change. Landmass can change in 100 years. So imagine what it changes in 10,000. Playing as generals or mercenaries from each. Yes.
What do you think about Nintendo making futuristic Zelda like Triforce style?
That'll be the last day I play Zelda. They better keep this shit. Zelda better not have an Earth future. I don't want to hear anything about Earth. They're in the world of Hyrule, in an alternate realm, in a different universe, on a different planet. And it better not be Earth. I don't want to hear anything about these Earth people. I don't play video games because I want to talk about Earth. That's so arrogant. I hate everything is about Earthlings. And we're like the worst pieces of trash on the entire planet. All we do is destroy things.
No, I really want to play with her. Okay, you already did.
Hello.
Who's that?
Robin.
Hey, Ron, what's up?
Hey,
Are y'all streaming right now?
Yeah, I'm streaming Zelda. I'm doing the time stream of ancient Hyrule. It was common knowledge to everyone that the Great Plateau was ancient Hyrule from Ocarina of Time, and we all did our little proofs and the clues and the evidence and all these little things that showed it, but we never had confirmation, neither in the Hyrule Historia books, no nothing. And then Sasha was playing the game over again, and I noticed when she was talking to the king said something to her, and I was like, wait, what? And I was like, I gotta stream this. And the king confirms that this is the ancient Hyrule from Ocarina of Time. It was confirmed when you first played the game, which is so stupid because I was like, how the hell did that skip me? But these little things skip you. You missed them, but the king literally tells you it's ancient Hyrule.
Hey, so Sasha's playing Zelda right now?
On her Switch, yeah. Try to remember. I wish I could skip these things, but I want the lore to come out. You have been asleep for the past 100 years. The beast.
yeah, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so what do you think about the I didn't get started the stuff when you were streaming because I was at work.
Are you good?
So what do you think about the Monster Rise?
I can't wait.
The
Oh my god, giggling his voice.
Samuel, the prehistoric Hyrule, there is a prehistoric Hyrule. You literally see the prehistoric Hyrule. Just play Skyward Sword and look down on the floor. Before the Kingdom of Hyrule, that's literally Hyrule. That's the prehistoric Hyrule. They tell you in the game, right? It is explained in the game that this is the birthplace of Hyrule. They literally tell you that. Literally is the birthplace of Hyrule. Wait a minute. I don't recall having to come down here. Am I supposed to come down here?
Yes.
Wasn't the king supposed to come up there and talk to me?
He's supposed to come talk to you once you come down.
Oh.
You won't remember because it's been a long while since you played from the beginning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go. And he flies down here. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Oh, also, Rip
So-
Triforce.
Mm-hmm. What happened? Hello? Oh, okay. So let me say, yeah, this planet and timeline we live on is whack. Yes, and that's why we play video games, to get away from it. I really want to play as the civilians in Age of Calamity. Yes, that would also be godlike. Oh, Ray, what's going on? Thanks for the donation, Ray. And guys, feel free to support the channel, man. Drop a like if you're in here. I love Zelda English accent.
Rhea Tomoto donated $7.77. Eating Chinese food while enjoying your commentary. It's quite the combo. Not gonna lie, _carrot.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. Legend of Zelda series were to end, how would you want it to end? The way I would like the Legend of Zelda series to end is I would like it to where Ganon is permanently sealed in the sacred realm for all time, and Zelda and Link have to sacrifice their Triforces and life to permanently seal Ganon. So all three of them have to die to preserve all of Hyrule. And at the end of the game, you see Zelda and Link reborn, but without the Triforce. They're just the knights and the knight and the princess of Hyrule, the next generation. But there is no evil of Ganon, and that's it. That's the end of it. He's supposed to be dead. How is the king able to do that? Exactly. This is why I said this king is different, man. This guy's paragliding and all types of stuff, cooking food, stoking fires. I'm gonna show you something else in the game. That to show you that this king was here on the final fight of the Great Plateau. If you think about it, the main reason Link is able to get as far as he did alone is because Zelda has finally awakened a power to hold back Ganon. Facts. I heard she was a conceptual art for Breath of the Wild. Link having a younger sister. Maybe Age of Calamity could implement her or aid or her dad. Yeah. All right, so let's look at this. My. It would seem we have quite the enigma here. Enigma, not enigma. Enigma. Yeah. The tower and others just like it have erupted across the land, one after another. It is almost as though a long dormant power has awoken quite suddenly. If you do not mind me asking, did anything odd occur while you were atop of that tower? I heard a voice. Well, no. A voice, you say. And did you happen to recognize this mysterious voice? See, I put ... because like the fact is Link is supposed to recognize the voice, but the game says that Link doesn't recognize the voice, but he should. It seems I have some work to do as far as earning your trust goes. I suppose that is understandable. I assume you caught sight of that atrocity surrounding the castle. That is Calamity Ganon, 100 years ago, that vile entity brought the kingdom of Hyrule to ruin. It appeared suddenly and destroyed everything in its path. So many innocent lives were lost in its wake. For a century, the very symbol of our kingdom, Hyrule Castle, has managed to contain that evil, but just barely. There it festers, building its strength. For the moment it will unleash its blight upon the land once again. It would appear that the moment is fast approaching. I must ask you, courageous one, do you intend to make your way to that castle? I do. I had a feeling you would say that.
No, I am. What about Dragmire?
Wait, what?
Dragmire?
Where are you reading that from? What about Dragmire? Oh, we haven't said anything about Dragmire just yet. Here on this isolated plateau, you see this, guys? We are surrounded on all sides by steep cliffs with no way down. I want to say this when I do my video, I'll have that. All right. If you were to try to jump off the wall, well, no death could be more certain or more foolish. Of course, if you had a paraglider like mine, that would be quite another story. Paraglider. Oh, piqued your interest, have I? Yes, I didn't come soaring down here on my own feathery wings, you know. Worry not, I will happily agree to give you my paraglider, but not for nothing. See, now, here's a question, guys. So, I forgot who I was talking to earlier. When they dropped Link's body off of here, I think Robbie and Impa, and Pyrrha had their own paraglider, and they gave their paraglider a spare one, or left one for the king to give Link when he woke up. I think Robbie and them knows the king haunted what's the name of this place here? The Great Plateau. If not, then the king made this paraglider himself. But not for nothing. Let's see now. How about I trade it for a bit of treasure that slumbers nearby? The isolated plateau. Come, let me show you something. Do you see that structure there? The one shining with the strange light? It began glowing the exact moment those towers rose up from the ground. Who? Vinny, what's going on, man? I would think such a place might house some sort of treasure, wouldn't you? Treasure for the paraglider. A fair exchange, I believe. When I come back, I want my paraglider. Oh, you know how I do, Bowsette. I gotta make everything epic like it's an anime. Why aren't you wearing Link's original gear? This is the beginning of the game. Ganon on some disrespect wrecked our land and slaughtered our people, Zelda's so beasts. Woo! Uh-oh. Read Ishin, yeah.
Wait, so are you saying Zelda couldn't fully access her power until the king died at the castle?
No, Zelda accessed her power when Link fell, because she's in love with Link. And in Breath of the Wild 2, if Link does not get any booty butt cheeks, I'm gonna be like, yo, EG, stop playing my man Link, B. Stop playing my man Link, alright? You gonna cut this shit out. This shit's been going on for 3 decades now. Y'all gonna have to cut this shit out. We ain't accepting this no more, B. Link better marry Zelda, and he better get the booty butt cheeks clapping. Stop playing.
3 decades, didn't mean 10,000 years.
Well, exactly. Oh, EX.
What that means?
Yeah, these are secrets. That's not supposed to be here in an original game.
Ganon and some mad disrespect with their land and started their people and Zelda, so BC's taking care of him alone. We are about to see the king get wrecked. Someone said he didn't know you started over.
No, I'm just playing out this part for the stream. It's just for the stream. It was to prove that that the Great Plateau was Ocarina of Time Hyrule. As the king stated, if you were here in the beginning of the stream, the king stated that this is the birthplace of Hyrule Kingdom, which was kind of funny. It was just sitting there in our face. We all knew this. This was all like, what's the word for this? Obviously, there's more juice on it. Oh. Okay. To you who set foot in this shrine, I am Oman. Oh. In the name of the goddess Hylia, I didn't get the rest of what you said. Because you read it too fast. Oh man, I can't wait till the new games come out, man.
I will have to contain myself until then, because like Nintendo is going a little bit, or not Nintendo, but other companies are going a little bit too crazy with the games right now. Especially now that Monster Hunter Rise just dropped. I'm like trying not.
You can check it, this stuff from your phone, the chat. I want to see how much people's in the room.
It is 72 people in the live chat right now.
How many?
There's 72 people in the YouTube chat right now. Well, there's 70 now.
Hey, look, guys. I made the door fall in the water. All right, what's going on, 72 guys? Listen, guys, don't forget to leave a like. Really appreciate it. Wait, what?
It would be dope if what? Link and Zelda making babies in the sequel. Yeah, then yeah. It'd be dope if Zelda got some secret training. I mean, Ganon, Link, Zelda, and King are all one. I want a game where Link is a grown-ass man training his kids and becoming a humble farmer until evil returns, and Link has to pop his sword back up like Kenshin Samurai X.
Oh. I want a game where Link is doing his thing and he's a father and Zelda is like, honey, I just made some dinner, come and eat. And he's just like, yo, get your ass and come over here, girl. See. Stop playing with me. Like, Link, stop. Alright.
Link and Zelda did kiss when in the curtains obscured them in Zelda 2 ending.
This is true. That is true. Traveler's Bow. Thank you.
That's sexual tension.
You know what's funny?
What the fuck?
You know what's funny? In Zelda, in Breath of the Wild Zelda, Zelda's only competition end up dying. And she didn't have to do a thing. You must know that Mima was also in everything. But the game be like, now, you are not the one. Goodbye.
That's why I'm going to the mountains. Very easy to buy off black people.
Do you think by the while to Pura will finish creating the fifth divine beast?
You mean the one hanging inside of a place? Yeah.
My Link has been trying to marry his girl since the cartoon.
It's true.
Oh damn, that's like
Actually,
centuries.
Reverend I said the fifth divine beast is the master cycle zero.
It seems you've managed to get your hands on the orb, the spirit orb. Well done. How did you know? Clairvoyance. Oh, perhaps just something similar. As one gets older, it can become more difficult to see what is right before one's own eye. However, that which was once hidden from view can often be crystal clear. But perhaps it's not true for everyone. Oh, the appearance of those towers and the awakening of the shrine is connected to that Sheikah slate you carry on your hip there. What do you mean? It has been quite some time since I've seen that Sheikah slate. So the king knows about the Sheikah slate. So we know that means Robbie, Impa, and what's this girl and this guy and Pura all have talked to the king about the Sheikah technology, because he says he's seen it before. So either he saw that Sheikah slate or he's seen other Sheikah slates before. Long ago, a highly advanced tribe known as the Sheikah inhabited these lands. A great power of their wisdom saved the kingdom time and time again. But their ancient technology disappeared long ago, or so it is said. It is interesting, however, to think how something like that survived all this time, hidden away in a shrine. These shrines are tucked away in numerous places all across the land. On this plateau alone, I believe there are still 3 more. Bring me the treasures from each of those shrines, and I will give you my paraglider. That wasn't the deal. Oh, well, I suppose I changed my mind. I'm sure it won't be a problem for a young go-getter like you. Since I'm feeling generous, I will also teach you a trick for finding the shrines. It's always best to survey the area by looking around from a high point. Let's see here. How about you make your way to the top of that tower again? Oh my god, I really don't want to have to climb that tower. Are you joking? Oh ho. I am afraid not. But do not worry, I have another trick to share with you with your effort. Take a look at the map. Right, see those blue icons? Should recognize the cave where you woke, the shrine you came, and the tower. You can travel instantly to any of those places with the Sheikah slate. Of course, I heard quite some time ago. I do not know if it actually works as such. Old man, you're starting to bother me, you know that, right? Try traveling to the top of that tower from there. You should be able to scout the location of the other shrine. You sure know a lot. Oh ho. When you've been around as long as I have, you pick up a thing or two. Go on, why not try it out? Are you playing Master Mode? No. We're just going over the story. We're almost done. There's something I want to show you guys about the king and his house. So I just got to do the 3 temples. How did the king get here before me? I'm surprised it took you so long to catch up with an old man like me. How did you? See, leave an old man and his secrets. Now then, I wanted you to join me up here so you could use this vantage point to search for the shrines. Did you know about the scope on your Sheikah slate? Look through it and you can, yeah. How do you know? Experience, wisdom, instinct, call it what you want, and you will believe if you only do. Okay, go ahead and take a look.
Yeah, you heard a lot of stuff King you ain't even supposed to be alive.
Exactly. He knows all of this and he's not even supposed to be alive. Alright. So he said 3 more, and I know what the other one is. Having trouble finding the shrines? Bye. When I played, you know, in my game, I never fast traveled. Yeah, you heard a lot of stuff, King. You ain't even supposed to be alive. Yeah. Oh, you read that.
I just want to travel everywhere. I don't even fast travel. I don't even fast travel in Skyrim.
Link is up.
The modded version.
Read that for me, honey.
Link and Zelda have shown to have a completely type of relationship depending on each incarnation. Example, Twilight Link and Twilight Zelda didn't even form any sort of romance relationship. Heard that? I have, oh yeah, I don't expect that guy.
Can you go to the channel, honey? I want to see how many people are there. Alright. Once I do the 3 shrines, I'm gonna go to the king's house. I'll show you guys what the king actually says.
Triforce.
Yo.
The chat. Oh, god damn it. It left. God damn it.
What happened?
I was looking at live chat. It was at 69 for a while.
Oh, you're stupid.
28.
That's one is
God.
I'm looking at putting in humble heart too, right? Why is the back one year back looking for shit?
Ah, there we go. 69. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
That's one I want to be creepy. You hear me? That's you, man.
Yes, I hear you laughing.
He's something else. Good night, what's time?
1 second, guys.
Oh, that's how you zoom in. You never tell me if you could have zoomed in, see? Well, in the... Oh, yeah.
Okay.
While in the Skyward era, it's heavily implied that they had romantic feelings for the FB club. Triforce.
Yeah.
I haven't really looked into Twilight. I haven't really looked into Twilight Princess, but is that really true that they really had any romantic implications and all that stuff.
Yeah, and yeah, it's hinted.
Anyway, but it's more of a okay, we're just here to do business and business only.
Yeah. Oh, that bomb nearly killed me. Are you kidding me? Cut the foolishness.
That explosion though.
I like how this link is adept with all sorts of weapons. It makes the incarnation pretty fearsome in the universe.
Oh. Oh, I love this. The shrine.
Crazy, the whole time you're playing Breath of the Wild, you reminded Zelda is holding off Ganon alone. It just makes me want to get there to help her.
Really? I'd be like, nah. You can hold off for a couple more hours while I try to get 13 hearts.
Really? Let me get back to the chat. 2 more shrines, guys. Actually, we may even see it before that. I wonder where Triforce. Where's the Triforce in Breath of the Wild? Zelda, it's between Zelda and Ganon. But I'm glad you guys are seeing that this king is interacting with Link, because now it would only make sense that the king is able to do what he does in Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. I wonder where does it show? It shows in Zelda's hands. Hey guys, what's up? Oh, it's a club. Oh, these are cheating. The king is on some next level. Yeah. It is because the king has a special connection to the sacred realm. Whoa!
Wait, but
Someone says, how is the king able to do what he does? But that's because the king has a special connection to the world. He does. That would be the only logical sense it would make. Why the king is able to do that.
Where's the Ganon has his when is the gameplay review for Age of Calamity?
The gameplay, I think it's the 26th, something like that.
November 20.
November 20. Oh, a couple of days.
You talking about next update or the game?
No, for this game. Oh man, I don't even like climbing this mountain, man. It's so tedious and annoying.
Oh, the gameplay reveal for Age of Calamity. Oh yeah. I'm guessing it will be at the 26th because that's when the TGS Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah.
I feel like Nintendo's gonna drop another bomb in the TGS Game Show.
The king. Oh, look, see, look, guys, the king came back to the house. Look. Oh, fancy that we meet here again. What are you doing? After a day like this, I'm exhausted. Ahem. I'm afraid I'll be needing my bed. You can use my bed if you ever need to rest for a bit. Well, assuming I'm not already in it, of course. There's a fire outside if you're looking to pass the time. What is it? Okay, so he repeats the same thing. This is the first time I've ever seen him. Alright, bye. If you still wish to acquire the paraglider, you must put in the effort. I will not simply give it to you for free. Alright. So the king actually comes in here to sleep. Now, I've caught him in here sleeping before. Damn, as I turned around, dude's sleeping.
Oh,
Hold on.
Lucas said Triforce. Where is the of the Triforce?
Please do not wake me up for no reason. Alright. I think they program it where you can't see him go back to sleep. Hold on, let's see.
Reveal yourself, old man.
Because see, once I do this, if I turn back, he's laying down. See? They didn't program where he goes to the bed, where you see him lying down. It's the minute you take your eyes off him, he's laying down. So he cooks, he sleeps, he stokes fire, he chops wood. Oops. I don't have any more fish? What? Triforce, you moron. Ah. Well, I gotta get some more. I gotta get some more green mushrooms. I need at least one more. Or do I? I don't think I need another more. I just need those two is good enough. I guess if you attack him, he does nothing. It's Van Meadow as we last I checked 15 seconds ago. The Rook and Urbosa are more quiet, I think. Okay. Alright. 2 more shrines, guys. It's not long from now. You guys really didn't hear that? You guys are losers. Okay, so what should I get rid of here? Ooh. Torch, you can stay.
It's in what? It's in Magneto as well. Last time I checked, 15 seconds into the scene. The Rooks and Urbosas are more quiet, I think.
Alright, thanks. Oh, damn, he got clapped. And his, whoa, that was a gruesome death.
I'm sorry to ask the second step, but Triforce, where is this piece of Triforce?
Zelda has it. She's using it. Zelda's using the entire Triforce to seal off Ganon. I never liked doing this part of the game. I don't think you heard my question last time.
Yes, it's fun.
Like, there's an easier way of doing this. I could just go around.
Yeah, I know. It's just that this is the quicker way. The easier way is just longer. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah.
It's like Skyrim. There's an easier way to get to the first part of Dragon Ball and story.
Yeah.
We're supposed to get to Iverstead. There's an easier way to get to Iverstead, but you decide to go around the mountain. So
Oh,
that take the mountainous route by keep pressing the button in a freaking time.
Annoyed. I'm just gonna go around. I ain't got time for this.
I lost my horse.
Climbing a stupid mountain is so annoying. Wait a minute. Let me see something here. Maybe I climbed the wrong side of it. Yes, I did climb the wrong side of it.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
Now we know Raven. They should bring back the silver arrows. I forgot. You're supposed to climb these. See, these are spots for you to rest so you don't fall off.
Okay.
I forgot. Where's the next one? Right there. Okay, where's the next one? Wait, what? I think Ganon has the other Triforce, but he can't use it unless him and Link are all together. No. That's not why. So I have this theory about how the Triforces are used, right? Either one of them, Link, Ganon, and Triforce, they can all use the Triforce, but only if it's relinquished from the other one, or one of them is too weak to maintain possession of the other. So for instance, like Ganon, he's weakened by whatever the case may be. So Zelda's the strongest of them all. Link got messed up and put into the restoration chamber, so she got the Triforce of Courage, and she used the 2 pieces of the Triforce of Courage in Ganon's weakness to hit him, and then he loses his Triforce. He's still bounded to it, but she has possession of it, and now she's losing her strength. So soon after she loses her strength, Ganon will be able to take all of the Triforces.
I hope Ganondorf will be using his iconic trident in the sequel.
Okay. Oh, so that's when I come out. So you never brought back any juice?
Should I leave the room?
No.
Exactly. So it's about being back in another room.
Well, that's right. Just missed that, B.
For me and
Alright. You saw that, right?
So sorry.
That just missed me.
Oh,
Yo, 96, come on.
Sash, look. Remember when you did this part? Could have just used your regular weapon first and do this.
but you know that the alarm to do that to work in the first place. I don't know how you work it.
No, just use the weapon to do that. Oh, damn. And then pick up the hammer. Save the hammer.
Everyone still assumes that that's Ganon in the review trailer for Breath of the Wild 2. We don't know for sure who that is and why the castle is in the sky.
It's definitely a Dragmire. That's for sure. No doubt about that. Whether it's the original Ganon or not, we don't know. Stay tuned, guys. We're almost done with this part. In about 30 more minutes, we'll be done with this part, and then we're going to go to a chill stream on my wife's channel. Be sure to put your channel link in there, honey, so that they can know. We could talk more Zelda in there while they're playing Among Us. We'll introduce you guys to the rest of our Valkyries, etc., etc. Come and play some games with us. Do you know anything on that hand and the ceiling? Nah. That could be anything. Anyone who's trying to decipher the hand that doesn't even make any sense. Broadsword, traveler's sword. Okay. For now, let's be more of a Night Link. Well, first of all, if you guys are wondering if that's Ganon, it is Ganon. The king tells you it's Ganon. He tells you Ganon is buried under the castle. No. 10, 10, 6. Yes.
How do I get the apple from top of the tree?
You jump on the trees.
Jump on the tree?
You jump up on the trees to get them. Yeah. You climb the trees and you can climb the trees to get them.
I am on it. Oh, I think
Wait, what's he trying to do?
He's trying to get the apples off the tree.
Oh.
So
Oh,
far.
you haven't got the dog list yet?
The king has it at the top of the mountain. I gotta go to his grave to get it. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Evidence for it to be a Ganon the Ganondorf is too strong. The corpse is a male Gerudo.
Ouch. Gotta hurt. That looked like that hurt. In fact, that did hurt. Come on, man. What did I press stasis for? Triforce doing dumb shit. Nah, I'm just not playing small. I'm trying to get to the thing because I just want. Where's this fucking moron? Why did I just use a damn arrow? More importantly, why didn't I just use a damn bomb? See, I'm just doing dumb shit. What? Stupid. Ouch. I did not mean to do that. Ah. Why are we going through this? Okay. Get up. Get up. Stupid. Stupid. Now. Over here trying to be cute. Playing with these fucking idiots. What? Oh, those guys are all dead. Okay, I forgot about that. Shield surf. Yeah, nah, I just want to get. I'm rushing. I'm just trying to get through all of this. I don't even know why I'm playing. I could have just left. I didn't even have to go fight that guy. No. Wait, how do you? Okay. It's all because of demise. Ganon has no idea he's being reincarnated. Actually, no, that's not true. Ganon does know he's being reincarnated. Dragmire knows exactly what's going on. He accepts the Triforce. And he accepts it because the motivation. You have to understand there is a political thing between what's going on with Ganon and the King of Hyrule. Over here getting bopped. Notice the king is here. Ah, I enjoy gazing out in the world from here. Breathtaking view. This may be the best place for the full blah 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 blah. Use a scope. Yeah. The marker. Well, to make it this far without proper closing, please take this warm dominant as a tender save of war. Thank you. I assume you will want to try it on right away, yes? I thought you might be eager to see how it looks. It's quite fetching. Well, I suppose it matters not. It is now yours. Do take care of to put it on before you get cold, though. So yeah, guys, let me get this opal. Search. Flint. Oh, in your game was opal, honey. Oh ho. You found the remaining shrines, right? Fascinating. Just one more until you can have my paraglider. Alright. Ouch. That'll be a problem dropping off from here. Excuse me, old man. I've got to go. That's not that far of a drop. Okay, cool. Where's that rock? I forgot about where that rock is. Oh, there it is. Ah. Now, two things I want you guys to know. The king sleeps, the king cooks, the king gave me a clothes to wear. So even though the king was killed, well, you guys will see when I go to the palace and Hyrule or whatever, get the thing, you guys will see everything.
Wasn't it because the king had all his resources, Ganon needed his forest people?
That doesn't explain how. I don't need to fight all these guys. That doesn't explain how the king is able to do what he does. It really doesn't.
Ganondorf's motivation is detailed in Wind Waker when hovering over sleeping Zelda.
Yes. Who says that? Austin. Austin's 100% correct. We discussed this before. Excellent. Can I catch that? Let's find out. Oh, no, missed it. I don't want to have to fight these guys. I gotta go through all of this. Come on, man. Just want to get to the point of the game. Word, guys? How cold is this water?
Very cool.
Yeah, that's cold. That's frostbite. Yeah, you can't swim in this. You'll freeze. Huh?
Cold to the point you turn to ice.
And die. But
Well, I can't wait until the white 2 comes out.
this is trash.
How do I?
Okay, guys, we are done. Oh, wait, hole? Where's that hole coming from? My man, you are constantly flying out of nowhere. With this, you have now acquired all the spirit orbs from the shrine on this plateau. Oh, extraordinary. That means it's finally time. Link, it's finally time for me to tell you everything. But first, imagine an X on your map with the 4 shrines at the endpoints. Find the spot where those lines intersect. I shall wait for you there. Do you understand? Where those 2 lines connecting shrines will cross. There I'll be waiting. See, right there, he turned into a ghost. Now, for the sake of, like, obviously, guys, for the sake of what we're trying to do, I just gotta fight. This would be easier, but then I would have to climb down and chances of dying again. Don't feel like it. Let's just go here. I want to double check something first, because we're coming to the end of the gameplay on the stream, and then I'm going to talk about the time stream construct, and then we'll end the stream. So where this is all, you know, where we're getting to the point of all of this. So far, the best part of this is that we have confirmed that this is a period of time ancient Hyrule. So that much we don't have to ever worry about. I wonder if this is blah blah blah. We all knew, but we have a confirmation. Excuse me, guys. Trying to bum rush out. I can't wait to see more gameplay of Age of Calamity. Oh, definitely. When the game comes out, guys, I got you guys. I'm not paying attention. So the king reveals to you that he's a ghost now, and it looks like once you got all 4 spirit orbs, that's what like why not just travel to the Temple of Resurrection? No, because there's something I want to show here about the king who had lived in this cabin. When the king turned himself into, the king took a certain form, and when he took that certain form, in a sense, the king was kind of like alive. Let me see something here in his book. Let me see. The old man's diary, read. Okay, it doesn't come up. It doesn't come up yet until after you talk to him at the Temple of Time. Okay, cool. I just wanted to double check. So the form the king took was that of a living form. We could interact with the land. How he did it, I don't know. But he somehow took form in the land. That's without question. Now, whether he took a living form, I don't, he's going to explain it in a second. So you guys are going to see it for yourself. But it solves the mystery. It lets you know that the king literally lived 2 lives. Literally. There's no doubt about that. And one is perhaps of a poltergeist. But, he most certainly lived 2 lives. Oh, also, secret, guys. Listen, look at this. I don't know if you guys ever knew this. If you, instead of going to the king, if you take your 4 orbs here, look at this. I want to show you guys something. This may have happened to some of you guys in your games. You who have conquered the 4 shrine orbs, I can offer you great power. It appears you have claimed 4 spirit orbs. In exchange for the spirit orb. So you can get all of this. Watch what happens if you click never mind. Here I am. Get up here quickly. I don't know if you guys know about that. That if you come in and you try to give your 4 spirit orbs away to the statue to get a heart, he comes and he tells you, get up here. But in now's game, we give it away. And yes, even if you give away the 4 orbs that you're supposed to give the king to get the paraglider, you still get the paraglider anyway. Now, what I don't know is in my game, did I ever give the king the 4 things, or does he even ever take it? I don't remember. But that was a cool cutscene that I never knew in my game. I never decided to look at this place from here. Interesting. I forgot to come up here and get the So now watch this, guys. Let's go over this.
The time has come to show you who I truly am. I was King Rome Bosphoramus Hyrule. I was the last leader of Hyrule.
The last leader.
A kingdom which no longer exists. The Great Calamity was merciless. It devastated everything in its path, lo, a century ago. It was then that my life was taken away from me. And since that time, here I have remained in spirit form. I did not think it wise to overwhelm you while your memory was still fragile. So rather than that,
I thought it best to assume a temporary form. So the temporary form isn't spirit. This is a spirit form. The form you see as a king is a temporary form.
Ready to hear
so the king had the power to take a form outside of a spirit. He took an actual physical form.
To know Calamity Ganon's true form, one must know the story from an age-long past.
It is very possible that the
Demon King was born into this kingdom, but his transformation into malice created the horror you see now.
On the Great Plateau.
Stories of Ganon were passed from generation to generation in the form of legends and fairy tales.
Because this entire time you get the spirit orbs, he's in physical form. It's only when you come out of the
signs of a resurrection of Calamity Ganon are
when you come out of the last
and the power to oppose it
shrine
lies dormant
turns into ghost
the ground. We decided to heed the prophecy and began excavating large areas of land. It wasn't long before we discovered several ancient relics made by the hands of our distant ancestors. These relics, the divine beasts, were giant machines piloted by warriors. We also found the Guardians, an army of mechanical soldiers who fought autonomously. This coincided with ancient legends, oft repeated throughout our land. We also learned of a princess with a sacred power, and her appointed knight, chosen by the sword that seals the darkness. It was they who sealed Ganon away using the power of these ancient relics. 100 years ago, there was a princess set to inherit a sacred power and a skilled knight at her side. It was clear that we must follow our ancestors' path. We selected 4 skilled individuals from across Hyrule and tasked them with the duty of piloting the divine beasts. With the princess as their commander, we dubbed these pilots champions, a name that would solidify their unique bond. The princess, her appointed knight, and the rest of the champions were on the brink of sealing away Ganon. But Ganon was cunning, and he responded with a plan beyond our imagining. He appeared from deep below Hyrule Castle, seized control of the Guardians and the Divine Beasts, and turned them against us. The champions lost their lives, those residing in the castle as well. The appointed knight, gravely wounded, collapsed while defending the princess. And thus, the kingdom of Hyrule was devastated absolutely by Calamity Ganon. However, the princess survived to face Ganon alone.
Link, you are our final hope. The fate of Hyrule rests with you.
See, right there, I just showed you Zelda had all 3 pieces of the Triforce. She used it.
That princess was my own daughter, my dear Zelda. And the courageous knight who protected her right up to the very end. That knight was none other than you, Link. You fought valiantly when your fate took an unfortunate turn. And then, you were taken to the Shrine of Resurrection. Here you now stand, revitalized 100 years later. The words of guidance you have been hearing since your awakening are from Princess Zelda herself. Even now, as she works to restrain Ganon from within Hyrule Castle, she calls out for your help. However, my daughter's power will soon be exhausted. Once that happens, Ganon will freely regenerate himself, and nothing will stop him from consuming our land. Considering that I could not save my own kingdom, I have no right to ask this of you, Link. But I am powerless here. You must save her, my daughter, and do whatever it takes to annihilate Ganon. Somehow, Ganon has maintained control over all 4 divine beasts, as well as those guardians swarming around Hyrule Castle. I believe it would be quite reckless for you to head directly to the castle at this point. I suggest that you make your way east out to one of the villages in the wilderness. Follow the road out to Kakariko Village. There you will find the Elder Impa. She will tell you more about the path that lies ahead. Consult the map on your Sheikah slate for the precise location of Kakariko Village. Make your way past the twin summits of the dueling peaks. From there, follow the road as it proceeds north.
And it could still give you the power even in spirit form. See, now his spirit has rested. this is the end, guys. This part is where I get to the. I'm gonna talk about the timeline now. And turn this down a little bit.
Notice how he said everything I can, meaning he didn't tell you everything. Actually, we see Spirit one last time above Hyrule Castle in the last cutscene.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Stand corrected. I forgot how relaxing this game was. So now you get to read Old Man's Diary. You get to read the first page. On this desolate plateau, the only place. Oh, crap. Stop reading. I gotta read from the beginning. Read. Link. Bit by bit, you may have come to realize who I am. I'm sorry for not revealing my true identity to you sooner. The truth is, you awoke from your long slumber of restoration. I did not know how to tell you all there was to say. Perhaps deceiving you was not the right thing to do. Still, you must admit I put on a great performance. But all joking aside, what I ask you to do is utmost important, dear hero. I implore you, with all my heart, defeat Calamity Ganon and save my precious daughter Zelda. I understand that is no simple task I'm asking from you, but I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you can do it. I do not doubt for a moment I see your courage in your eyes, just as I saw 100 years ago. I believe in you, Link. So these are the last words of the actual king to you. So here's what we have confirmed. We have confirmed that the king was here when the plateau got taken in perhaps the final battle of the Age of Calamity. That's for sure. Some people are going to say, no, but the king was dead. But yes, the king was dead. He did lose his life. But clearly, as you guys see him in this game, he states that he took a form in his afterlife where he's able to do things still. He explains to you that over the time he's been here, remember how he said you learn a thing or two or some crap or something, whatever. Well, as you guys can see, he has been doing his thing for over 100 years while he waits for Link to sleep. My question is whether Robbie, Impa, and Pura even knew this. Did these guys know that the king was going to hold down ancient Hyrule, aka the Great Plateau? So, with this done, let us go over what the time stream theory is so that you guys can understand that. And we'll put all of this together. And we have 10 minutes to do this because I want to end the stream on a 3-hour mark, right? So, the time stream theory, if anyone has ever played this game called The Legacy of King Soul Reaver. The time stream is one line. It's a stream. It's one line. Many parts can break off of it, but those parts all reconnect somewhere at the end of the timeline, no matter what. It must reconnect at some point. That timeline construct is what I use for The Legend of Zelda, which is why we all know that there's a beginning. The beginning is Skyward Sword. There's a divergence, which is Ocarina of Time, the birthplace of the Kingdom of Hyrule, which we now know is the Great Plateau, as stated by the king in the game, right? We all knew that, but we have confirmation now, in-game confirmation, that the Great Plateau is Ocarina of Time Hyrule. So there, the alternate future of the Great Plateau is found in Wind Waker, which is under the palace of the gods, right? Which is frozen, the past version of Hyrule in time, unless you go back to its original time, which is in the main timeline, and it's not frozen there. But because you're in an alternate timeline in Wind Waker, the past is frozen there. When the king, I don't know I forgot the name of the king at that time in Wind Waker, he asked the Triforce to destroy the old kingdom of Hyrule. Well, you're in a castle in this battle. When the water comes out, it flattens and completely devastates Hyrule, right? Let me see here. I think I could see it from Eastern Abbey. All right, Aunt Wright, thank you for coming, man. I just want to be able to show you guys where the tower is, right? And who knows if this tower, the Sheikah Tower that I'm in, was ever connected to Hyrule Castle. If it was a part of it, but it's sure close enough to the Eastern Abbey. Abbey. But see, there goes the Eastern Abbey, right? The Eastern Abbey, as you look at it, guys, that is the old Castle Hyrule. That is the old Castle Hyrule. I'm even leaving it so you guys can see it. So there's a big force field bubble that was on top of that. There go the rest of it. The Eastern Abbey, along with the construct that you see here. You see that big skull there? Those are part of Castle Hyrule. That area right here, well, let me use my arrow. I think my arrow will be better. This area that I'm pointing to right here with that tree, that is the area where Link meets Zelda for the first time. And she's talking, and when you look through that window from here, here's wherever the court was where you see Ganon and the king, right where I'm pointing here. If you go left of that, you'll go to, obviously, the Temple of Time. Over here is the town square in Ocarina of Time. So you come in from there, ding, 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 ding. If you go left, you go to the Temple of Time. If you go forward, you head here. Well, you'd have to go through the little maze that they had in the Zelda game before you can reach the Zelda in the courtyard. And the king is talking to Ganon somewhere around here in this area. But then if you cross this bridge over, this bridge right here, this little castle bridge, you'll be able to go into the actual Castle Hyrule. This entire area is the Castle Hyrule. I would like to believe that the old Eastern Abbey used to be the throne room, because if you look at the way these if you look at the way this the old Eastern Abbey is, these are like, you can clearly see these are halls. These are doorways. These are halls. Maybe in the last 100 years, old monks inhabited it, but in ancient Hyrule, more than 10,000 years ago, this was Castle Hyrule, and those were the halls of Castle Hyrule. Whoa, I nearly died. The king had 100 years, but still couldn't find the word to describe what happened. Wow. I'm going to come over here to show you guys stuff, right? See, look, these are castle walls, man. These are castle ruins. This is not just some place for some monks to come to and stay at. Monks don't stay. Look at these walls. These are pillars. This is an ancient castle that was once here. Look at that wall across from us. That's a castle wall. You see it? That is a castle wall. Those are ruins of a castle that was here. That's a castle bridge. No doubt about it. No way you can sit here and say this is not a castle bridge, right? And the reason why I said this is the main part of the castle, because there's a actual walkway that takes you into the throne room of the king. This I know as a fact because look, staircase. There's an actual staircase that leads you straight. Look at these walls. This is a doorway. This is doorway 1, doorway 2, right? My man. Look, we really don't need this shit from you right now, all right? So I'm gonna need you to. One second, guys. I clearly gotta kill this guy. Wow, this shit is not doing nothing to this guy. I just want to get him out of the way. Ha ha. I don't want to use that. I'm using some of my good weapons on this fucking idiot. Oh my god, I'm wasting all my weapons on him. Broadsword. See, I knew this. I knew this ancient knight sword get the job done. All right, guys, and see, this is the entrance to the. You have to ask yourself a question: why seal up this room? Right? This room is sealed. Yes, we know. Oh, that's because there's a shrine behind there. Triforce. Yes, we understand there's a shrine behind here. But what was behind this wall? What was behind this room before this shrine 10,000 years ago? Huh? This was a room. I believe that was a throne room of the king. Okay. That was godlike. And for those who are new to the stream and never seen me do this before, here goes the door. Before, oh, oops. I gotta wait. This was one of the doors that was there in the beginning. So this door is, well, this is one of the doors. It's actually two of them. They blew open this door, and the King of Hyrule, whatever time, whoever know when this happened, we don't know if the king was here defending any. Well, he clearly didn't die here. He died in Hyrule Castle. But this used to be the ancient Hyrule Castle. When that flood came down, that flood laid waste, which would make sense because this castle is supposed to be high. The castle is actually taller than the Temple of Time, and it's on lower ground. So in order for that, this castle had to have been higher than this. And that's just the king's throne room. See, look at the walls and everything. And that water must, the weight of that water when it came down in in Wind Waker, flattened literally, look, it flattened the castle. This is all concrete. This landmass here could be the battle where Link from Wind Waker fought Ganon. And when you look up here, this is where the water came down, just came down, boom, and it's crushed the entire castle, destroying it. So, going back to the time stream thing. Oops, and we passed that 1 minute mark. I want to end it. So, in the time stream theory, right? In this alternate future for Link, in Wind Waker, the castle was destroyed. This is a part of the time myth because it happened in time, but not in the prime timeline. So those who are a part of this timeline know about it. When the Great Convergence happened, the what's the word for this? Not the incidents. Incident is the word, but the histories, the things that happened in the Divergence timeline also meshed into in the main timeline. But it became myth to people, so people don't. The only people who knew were the people who time traveled. They know, so they know it took place. But to like the person in the main timeline, no, that's not what happened because this is what happened back then. But they be in the main timeline, they would not know what happened in the alternate timeline. But it eventually converges, just like how it diverges, right? With two incarnations of the same thing happening. So this is the timeline of myth, where the main timeline is the timeline of legend, and where we are right now is just it's literally the Age of Calamity, or whatever you want to call it. So there has to be a convergence and a divergence if you're using the time stream theory. Other time stream creators, content creators, and Nintendo's Hyrule Historia, they never explain to you what time stream theory they're using. They just tell you this is the timeline. But the question is, okay, this is the timeline. Well, what time stream theory are you using to validate your timeline? Nintendo doesn't need to validate anything. They can just say, well, we're Nintendo. It's our game. this is it. You don't have to like it. You don't have to take it. But I'm just trying to be objective here. If you're going to create a timeline, you have to have a foundation to that timeline so people can understand how your timeline works. My timeline works by using the standard time stream. One main line, it can be broken with a divergence, and it can come back together with a convergence. Because if it does not, what happens is the alternate timeline that's been diverged, it will create too many paradox holes in time, and then time will get rid of that entire timeline as a whole. It will just destroy it. This is expressed in the game Hyrule Warriors, and the next time I stream The Legend of Zelda, we're going to go into Hyrule Warriors to showcase the time stream paradox. What happens if multiple time holes open up in the current time that you're in? It creates a paradox, and it just destroys that entire time you're in altogether, because it has to balance out the history. That's it. Whatever the beginning is, it must reach its end no matter what. Slight things can change in between, in the middle, but it must reach the end. And that's why I wanted to talk about the time stream lore of ancient Hyrule. The fact that the king said that this is the birthplace of the kingdom of Hyrule, that simply means that the beginning, outside of obviously Skyward Sword, which is the true beginning. Skyward Sword is the prequel to the beginning. That's what Skyward Sword is. Breath of the Wild is the sequel to the end, because the end is the Age of Calamity. But they put this game first, so now we're going back to the prequel to the end. And then obviously now they're going to keep making new games moving forward, whatever. But we have a beginning and we have an end, right? We have a beginning and we have an end. And that is what the time stream lore is based on. There's a beginning and an end. It doesn't matter what happens in the middle. You will always reach the same ending, no matter what. Time will get rid of the irritants that have messed it up to make sure it gets to the end game. Let me just simplify this. It's like Doctor Strange said to Tony Stark's. When Thanos made the snap, he checked 14 million timelines, and only one had a different ending. The reason why the majority of the other timelines all had the same ending is because those all have to adhere to the time stream lore. It doesn't matter if, rather than Spider-Man getting snapped away, it was Tony Stark instead, or instead of T'Challa getting snapped away, it was Captain America. The point is, the end game would have been Thanos snapped them. That's it. That's why Thanos says in the movie, I am inevitable. He knows it doesn't matter what they do. In all 14 million time reality streams, he is inevitable. The snap happens there. Now everyone's like, yeah, but like in the movie, they undo the snap. No, in one timeline, they undo the snap. The timeline that the Avengers are in is a paradox. And if not fixed, that timeline will be destroyed. In fact, the girl who owned the time gem, before she gave it to Doctor Strange, she explains that to Hulk. She said, no, you can't do this. It's going to have a rippling effect. It will destroy the time. So, just wanted to, most of the Zelda community said that Hyrule Warriors isn't part of the timeline because it's not the legend. But neither is Zelda 2 Adventures of Link. It doesn't say the legend on it either. Like, so that's like, huh? But if that's their reasoning for saying it's not a part of the time, that's not a substantial enough reason to state why it's not a part of the timeline. I'm using in-game lore with the time stream lore or theory for my timeline. They're using, it doesn't say, like Nintendo could go back and go, okay, The Legend of Zelda, Hyrule Warriors. They could change the title of the game. And if they did that, then Hyrule Warriors become canon? That's so stupid. I'm like, it's definitely canon. Well, in my timeline. Billy Mitchell, get to work. Hey, what's going on, Billy? I am working. So yeah, makes sense to have it near the temple. What's going on, Gamma? Are we showing that door? I gotta show the door all the time, Jarian, because you never know when new people come in. Okay. So that is my entire explanation for the Time Lore stream and Ancient Hyrule. Now we know for a fact, like I said one more time, now we know for a fact that that this is actually Ocarina of Time Hyrule on the Great Plateau. I'm glad that you guys all came here. Thank you so much for coming in, man. I really appreciate you guys coming here. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, right? I'm going to take about a 20-minute break. I just got to jump in the shower real quick, and then I'm going to go on my wife's stream. I'm going to play a little bit of, well, we're going to see who's awake first before we see if we can play a little bit of Among Us, and we could talk a little bit there. If you guys want to check out the stream, this stream is where I go to stream most of the times. Most of the times I'm on my wife's stream helping her with her channel and whatnot, and doing other things outside of Zelda and Empire Arcadia. So you guys can always catch me there. So be sure, I'm going to put it in the chat. There it goes in the chat, right? You guys can go and subscribe to our channel so that you guys can always be notified when either her or I am online. In fact, every time she's online, I'm online too. I'm just in the background or whatever the case may be. So you guys can definitely check me out there. You can also check out all of our Valkyrie content from all of our girl gamers in Empire Arcadia, and other cool gaming content that we get from the live video game TV and the rest of the members in our community. Once again, thank you guys for joining me. I will definitely see you guys later. Next stream, I will well, you guys are subscribed to this channel. Make sure you subscribe to the Empire Arcadia channel. Check your notifications and the community bulletin board. I'll let you guys know when my next stream will be. But definitely when I stream next, we're going to go to Hyrule Warriors. And we're going to go and prove why Hyrule Warriors is canon in the timeline. I'll see you guys in the next one.